Many of you are probably aware of the little girl Makayla Sault, the 11-year-old girl who recently died after she refused to take traditional Western scientific medicine and then instead chose to go with traditional First Nations medicine. Now, obviously, her death has become widely politicized, and for very good reason. I did actually want to step in on this and comment on this situation for two particular reasons. One, I'm an Indigenous person myself. I'm not First Nations, I'm Sami. So I do think that maybe I have some credibility in this field. And two, I knew the family of the girl who died. Makayla Sault, the 11-year-old Ontario First Nations girl who refused chemotherapy to pursue traditional Indigenous medicine and other alternative treatments, has died. Makayla was given a 75% chance of survival when she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in March. She underwent 11 weeks of chemotherapy at McMaster's Children's Hospital in Hamilton. So in the interest of full disclosure, I actually do somewhat know the family of this girl. I don't know her, I don't know her mother, and I don't know anybody in her immediate family. I did, however, previously was romantically involved with someone who was in her family. I believe it's like a second cousin or something like that. So just a full disclosure that I do have a connection there somewhere. Now, aside from the tragedy that this girl died, I did, however, want to speak on the matter of self-determination for Indigenous peoples, particularly in this situation. Obviously, being an Indigenous person myself, I highly believe that Indigenous people should have a great deal of leeway when it comes to self-determination and should make a lot of those decisions themselves. Having said that, I believe that it was right to keep the girl from having traditional Western scientific medicine. I lament the decision. I think she should have had it, but I believe that they have the right not to take it. Given the context that First Nations people are an oppressed group within Canada, because we're specifically speaking about a Canadian incident here, First Nations people have every right to refuse medical service. What this boils down to is the right of self-determination, not necessarily the right of the individual in this case. If, say, the Band Council of the Reserve said, say they voted on it, they had a Band Council vote, and they voted that the girl be forcibly taken from the mother and given over to the white colonizer state for medical treatment, I would support that. What I don't support is the white settler colonialist state going in and removing the child by force. If there was a First Nations mechanism, unhindered by the Canadian state, that decided the child should be taken by force and sent to a hospital, I would support that. My concern here is for the self-determination of First Nations people. And when it comes to an issue of traditional medicine versus, Western scientific medicine, I would say a proper application of both should be used. The science, of course, should never be simply disregarded out of hand and should be investigated and taken when necessary. But I believe both the traditional and the scientific medicine should be used together. I just wanted to take this time to clarify some of my thoughts on the situation in this particular one as it pertains to a child and the rights of Indigenous people in this particular context. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.